And so we got babyback ribs today, and they're deep fried. And I'm going to show you step by step how to make them. I think you're really going to enjoy them. Alrighty, let's make our dry rub for these ribs. This is what makes them so good. Well, that and the frying, of course. So we want 1/2 cup of brown sugar. I'm just going to do it right here in this big old plate because I'm going to dredge my ribs in it. Brown sugar, that should get nice and caramelized while it cooks. And then we want 4 teaspoons of salt. I've got some kosher here. Sounds like a lot of salt. But it's going to be perfection with that sugar. And then we want 1 tablespoon of paprika. I love smoked paprika. That's what I'm using. Use whatever you have. And a tablespoon of pepper, black pepper. Let's get us a tablespoon out of here. There we go. And 2 teaspoons of onion powder. I think I've got that right here. Yep. And let's see, some garlic powder. And I've got a teaspoon. Oh, that was actually the garlic powder. 1 teaspoon. This is the 2 teaspoons of onion powder. They looked a lot alike. That's going to give it a good flavor. I can smell it. And we want 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. This is going to give it a delicious flavor. Love that smell. And if you like hot stuff like I do, add this cayenne or whatever you choose to use, or just leave it out. I'm actually going to add some mango habanero rub. Don't want rug in here. But add some cayenne or some hot and spicy seasoning, whatever you want. I'm not going to add too much. I don't want it too hot. There we go. Just to taste. Kind of like your salt and pepper. And then we're going to mix it all together really, really good. It smells delicious. Can't even tell you how good this is going to be. Deep fried ribs. I mean, come on. Let me give it a little taste. Gosh, that's good. Love it. Alrighty. And then on to the pork ribs. I think I've got Babybacks, yeah. So you want to pat it dry after you've washed it in the sink. And then we're going to remove that silvery skin. So what you want to do is slide your knife under that silvery skin till you find a good spot where it'll kind of loosen and lift up. If it won't, I'll come up in one little sheet. And then find another spot. Get a piece of paper towel, grab it, and peel it. Oops, missed the garbage. Okay, so I got 1/2 of it. And I like to do it right there on the bone, because that way I can kind of slip my knife right under it. Get it started peeling. Once you get it started peeling, you're almost home free. And then if you can just grab it, see that, with your paper towel, comes off pretty easily. Let me get this other spot lifted up right here. Where's that bone? Nothing to it, because that's a pretty tough little bite when you're trying to rip it off of there. I mean, I've eaten it before. When I was younger, I didn't even pull it off of there. I was always like too impatient. But now I like to take it off. It'll come off in 1 sheet or 2 or 3. Doesn't matter. Throw that. Oops, I missed again. Let me throw that away. I wouldn't want the dog to get that. So now what you want to do is you want to cut these. I cut them right in the middle of the meat part of it, between the ribs, because I want there to be meat on all sides where you take a bite of the rib. And Just keep slicing away. It's been a long time since I made these, and they were so good. My husband's coming home today, and so I thought I'd surprise him with some nice deep fried ribs. He will enjoy that. So let's get those cut, and then I'll show you the next step. I just love watching the birds out the window in the bird bath. Let's see if you can see them. Oh, the blue jay just flew away. But the bird bath, there's a, looks like a robin in there taking a little drink of water. So pretty. So anyway, let's get started putting the rub, the dry rub that we made on these ribs. So what you want to do is get your rub, and you want to dredge these on all sides. So you want some on every bite, and place it back on your plate. Get the next one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Everybody loves ribs, but this takes it to the next level when you deep fry them. Let me tell you, they're really good. So we'll get these completely covered in this delicious rub, and then I'm going to pop them, cover them up, pop them in the refrigerator for a couple hours at least. If you're in a hurry, you don't have to bother doing that, but I want some of this flavor just to absorb into the ribs. And you could leave it up overnight, you know, no biggie. So I'll get back with you as soon as they're ready to come out of the fridge and deep fry. So now, after your ribs have been in the refrigerator for at least a couple hours to absorb the flavor of your delicious rub. Boy, I'm a little hoarse today, I don't know why. But you want to get yourself some self-rising flour. Put it in either a brown paper bag, which I didn't have. I've got a gallon Ziploc that'll work just fine. And I want to drop the rib in there. Give it a little dredge. Shake it off. Pull it out. And I'm going to do the same for these, one at a time. Shake it off. And I'm going to place them on the plate, not touching. And so on and so on. And we'll let them sit there until they start getting kind of tacky and gummy, pasty looking. And then we're going to dip them again. So let me do that, and I'll show you what it looks like. So while these are getting kind of pasty and gummy, see how they're absorbing the flour? We're going to double dip them again in the self-rising flour. But I went ahead and wrote on my bag, self-rising flour for frying. And since there was meat in it, I got to stick it in the freezer. And that way, when we fry some pork chops or whatever we're going to fry, it'll be saved for the next time. I don't want to waste all this flour. We fry a lot, so that'll be good. These are getting about right. We're going to give them a few more minutes, but see how all the juices is absorbing the flour? Yeah. And then we will double dip them. I've got the oil heating up to about 360. You remember the little trick I showed you with the wooden spoon as well. I'm using a thermometer this time. However, do it whatever way you want. I just want these to turn out perfect because I've been craving them. So I'll show you when I get ready to double dip them. Okay, I say they're looking pretty pasty. So I'm going to give them another dredge. Where'd I put my flour? Here it is. And the oil's almost up to temp. So I got that in there. So it's got the rub, a coat of flour, and now another coat of the self-rising flour. These are Babyback ribs. They were on sale, so I splurged. You could use any kind of rib you wanted. Pork, probably beef. Why not? But I like pork ribs. I'm a beef girl. I love beef. But pork ribs to me are the best. Unless they're those delicious short ribs that you can... Oh, well, my mother used to barbecue them for us when I was a kid. And I loved her barbecued short ribs. Okay, let me get these done. So my oil is right at 360. And you can always test it with a spoon if you don't have the meat thermometer. It should start bubbling. Yep, it's cooking the end of the, perfectly. It's cooking the end of the spoon, the wooden spoon. You can see that. It's not overly bubbling. It's perfect. So we are going to start frying these. Don't overcrowd your pan. You know, you can use less oil if you want, but I'm kind of wanting to deep fry mine. Oh my gosh, they smell so good already. Be very careful, don't splash yourself. I actually put on a old t-shirt I didn't mind ruining because I typically end up splashing myself. Okay, so about 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, I've got 5 pieces in here. I'm not going to put any more. I've got a big old number 10 frying pan. And look at it go. Perfect. So, 10 or 15 minutes. So let's set this. I'm going to go about 15. And so they're going to be golden and brown. I may have to flip a couple of them because this one is the only one that's not completely covered in grease. So I think my dog smells them too. I'll show you them in a few minutes. So this is a very slender rib. So after about 12 minutes, I want to test it and see how they're looking. Let's give that a whirl. Oh yeah. Looks like it's cooked right through to the bone. Absolutely. And hot. I want to try it though. Wow. Oh my gosh. These are delicious. You're going to love them. Oh my gosh. They're addictive. Just frying away. They're not even too hot and spicy, a little bit. I just swallowed so fast I got some pepper on the back of my throat. It made me cough. However, that was a very slender one. There's some really thick ones in there. I'm going to go the entire 15 minutes and just pull the thinner ones out as they go. Oh my gosh, these are really, 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 really good. It's the rub. It's the rub that makes them so delicious, and the meat is so tender. Oh my word. Wow. Best thing I've eaten in a long time. Okay, dear friends and family, they're done. Oh my gosh. They're crispy on the outside, tender on the inside. The flavor is divine. You're going to love these. So give these a try. Something a little different. Don't take as long as barbecuing outside. It's so hot out there. Or cooking in the oven, or heating the house. The aroma.